G'day friends, it's Andrew here from Nature's Image Photography, and in this video you're watching me do something you've never seen me do on video before, and that is walk and talk at the same time. Now that's not because I've just learned a new skill. This is something I've known how to do for a while. It's because in the past, whenever you've seen me on video, I've been sitting behind a picnic table and tethered to my camera by a 3-meter microphone cord. But I've just got my hands on the Lark 150 Duo microphone system, and it's going to change the way I make videos like this into the future. One of the things I love about it is that it's wireless, which means I can walk around in front of the camera and I don't just have to be working behind it all the time. The other thing I like about it is
that there's 2 microphones, so you can hear me talk as well.
That's right. The Lark 150 microphone system has 2 transmitter microphones sending to the one receiver, which is attached to the camera, and that means that we can have 2 people on screen at once and talking at once. So let me introduce you to Keisha.
Hello.
Who has offered to come and help me out today with demonstrating the microphone and do some of the talking.
Not just talking, I can also do some of the singing. Would you like to hear?
Okay, that's enough of that. So, you can see the Lark 150 Duo microphone from Hollyland works, and works very well. Now I want to show you what's in the kit, how to set it up, and just how easy it is to use. And I have to say I'm really thrilled with it so far. Bear in mind I'm making this review as a nature photographer who really doesn't know much about video and almost nothing about sound recording. So I was a bit worried at the start that a wireless dual microphone system might be hard for someone like me to figure out. Well, I have to say nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, it's so well designed and so easy to use it almost seems it was made for someone like me. As we go through the video, I'll show you everything that comes in the kit, but for me the real genius lies in this little black box and what's inside. So let's start right there. This box contains your 4 main components. You might think you can only see 3, but the box is a component in itself, and I'll come to that in a moment. Inside you have a receiver, and you might notice as soon as I take it out of the box it turns itself on. The receiver has a clip on the bottom that would serve as a belt clip, but it will also slot into the flash hot shoe on your camera, which is how I've been using it. You also have the 2 transmitters, and each transmitter is a microphone. There is the option to clip the transmitter to your belt and attach a smaller mic to your collar, but as you saw in the intro, Keisha and I were both wearing these transmitters attached to our collars as a standalone microphone. Now here's where the brilliant simplicity of the design really starts to become apparent. As you've seen, when you take a component out of the box, it automatically turns itself on. When you take the transmitter and a microphone out of the box, they turn on and automatically pair to each other. You don't have to do anything except take them out of the box, and they're immediately ready to start recording. Now let's look at how I attach the transmitter to the camera, and because I was filming this on my Lumix G9 you'll see me attaching to my old Pentax DSLR. The clip on the back of the receiver slots into the hot shoe as I said, and here's just a quick word of warning. That clip is made of plastic and it's a very tight fit to slide it in. I don't even try to push it in all the way because I'm afraid of breaking it trying to get it out. Happily you don't need it to go in all the way, just far enough to be sure it can't fall off. Now it's just a matter of attaching the connecting cord from the receiver to the camera microphone jack. I'll show you all the accessories in a moment, but of course the cord is supplied. There's also another cord for attaching headphones in case you want to monitor your recording quality as you go. Black on grey is for the headphone jack, and black on black is for the microphone jack. Don't mix them up, which I've done twice, so I know from experience that only the black and black cord works for recording. Now you're good to go, just click the record button on the camera and start shooting. There's an illuminated display panel on the back of the receiver so you can monitor what's happening from behind the camera. If you have one mic in operation, here's what you see. With 2 mics running you see levels for both channels, and if someone mutes their microphone, which you can do using a button on the transmitter, you see that too. It's all very self-explanatory and easy to follow even for a novice like me. When you're done recording, it's time to put everything away, and this brings me back to the amazing user-friendly design of that little black box. First up you have a neat little slot that fits everything together in a nice compact unit. When you put each piece back in the box, there's a reassuring little snap as each unit locks into place, because the box is magnetic so it actually grabs hold of each piece as you put it away. That means there's very little chance of anything ever falling out, and each piece turns itself off a few seconds after being put away. And then, to finish off the final piece of this great design, the box is the charger. As soon as you put your microphones and receiver away, they begin to recharge. For me, this is brilliant. I don't have to remember to charge 3 separate items when I get home. I just put them back in the box and the recharge is already happening. I only need to remember to charge up the box every now and then, and that's easy because it charges using the same USB-C cord I use to charge my phone. So after shooting some video, I just plug it in my car, and everything is back to fully charged by the time I get home. While in the box, the info panel on the receiver tells you how much battery you have on each microphone, on the receiver, and on the charging box itself. And that brings me to the question of battery life, so let's take a look at that. I haven't put this to the test yet, but according to the specs you get 4.5 hours out of each microphone on a full charge, and 7.5 hours on the receiver. Should you ever run out of battery, it takes 1.5 hours to charge the mics, and 2 hours to charge the receiver. The black box holds enough power to recharge the whole lot 2.5 times over. So as long as you remember to charge up the box every now and then, your chances of ever running out of power are almost zero. Now let's complete the picture by showing you everything that comes in the kit with the Lark 150 Duo system. You have your 2 transmitter microphones, and as I've already pointed out, they're very small and can be easily worn on your collar just as they are. But if you want to go even smaller, Holyland also includes 2 lavalier mics, so you can wear this on your collar and clip the receiver to your belt. There are also 2 of those little fuzzy wind muffler thingies, and they can clip onto the lavalier or to the transmitter microphone, whichever one you're using. So along with the charging box, the receiver and the 2 microphone transmitters, you also get the USB-C cord for charging, plus the 2 lavalier mics, along with those little wind muffler thingies that didn't make it into this picture for some reason. Finally, there's the black on black connector for the microphone jack, and the black on grey connector for the headphone jack. And all those accessories come in a little soft pouch for storage, and the pouch came with a little black box which I probably won't bother to use long term. Now the whole thing packs away so neatly into the original packaging, I really can't think of a better way to store it all than in the box it came in. So I think that's a pretty good first look at the Lark 150 Duo system. Now let's finish up with a bit more of a field test to see it all in action.
So I'm back in the park now where this video started, and we're about 100 metres away from a main road, so there's a bit of traffic noise and it's a bit breezy, so there's some noise in the trees as well. And I'm going to do a few field tests now, and I'm going to just put them up on the video as they were recorded, so there'll be no sound editing. I think that's the best way to give you a true and faithful impression of the quality of the sound that I'm picking up. I have got the little fluffy thing on the microphone now in order to block out a bit of the extraneous noise. Apart from that, what you're going to hear is exactly as it was recorded. So one of the things I want to test is the level of line of sight you need for the receiver to get a proper signal from the transmitter. So now I've got my back to the camera, so my body's in the way, and as I walk back towards you, I'm going to walk behind at least one big tree, and we'll see how the sound goes with this level of interference with a big solid object in between me and the camera. So I'll keep on talking. There's another little tree there, and all going well, we're going to find that the sound quality maintains right throughout. Okay, so one final test, and I just wanted to check the range on this thing. According to the specs, it can record clear sound from 100 metres away. I'm about 50 metres away at the moment. And as we come around the bend, you can see I've been joined by my good friend Barry Beckham, who is also a photographer and a YouTuber. And Barry had showed some interest in this microphone, so I invited him to come down today and have a look. So welcome, Barry.
Thank you.
And well, what do you think so far?
It looks pretty impressive. My experience of recording is usually sitting in front of the computer screen with a fixed microphone, so this is all new to me. But I like the way the equipment looks so impressive, well made.
And most importantly, it works.
Yep, certainly does.
So there you have a microphone system that turns itself on. All the components pair to each other automatically. When you're finished, it turns itself off. and when you put it away, it recharges itself. I honestly can't think of anything Holyland could have done to make this experience more user-friendly. I'm really impressed with the whole system. I'm having a great time with it, and I can see a lot of ways this is going to change the way I can make my videos in the field into the future. So I highly recommend it, and I'm certainly having some fun with it, as you'll see in this next clip.
Don't you think Andrew's the best photographer you've ever worked with?
Yeah, definitely. Not just talking, I can also do some of the singing. Would you like to hear?
That was good.
That was fabulous. What are you talking about?